happy for it. Okay, there's so much to look forward to, and it's 6:33 right now. At 7 o'clock, we'll take a break for the news. Come through and get more of your reactions to the headlines. At 7:30, the lead will come through for the day, and at 8 o'clock, we'll move into another conversation. There's so much ready and planned out for you today on the Morning Crossfire. But right now, let's get into what the pages are saying.
Hot and fresh off the press, these are the front pages.
We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, so ensure that you go into those platforms right now, watch live, and be a part of the conversation. We've got The Punch, The Sun, The Daily Trust, The Vanguard, and The Guardian today. So let's get started with The Punch. Got this major headline: food crisis worsen as flood hits 10 states. And the writers right here say farmers groan as floods ravage farmlands in Sokoto, Kano, Kebbi, 7 others. Farmers seek government help as drought dry up crops in 4 states. 31 states risk flooding. NNPC battles deepening fuel scarcity, black market booms. Presidential jets. Abiodun consults federal government as Utami tackles Amosun. Federal government eyes $2 billion from local dollar bond sale. False degrees. Federal government orders varsities to submit matriculation lists. Police detectives hunt 20 varsity students' abductors. Vietnam-bound businessman excretes 88 cocaine wraps. Civil servant screening on IPPRS portal ends Friday, according to the federal government. Company shutdowns deepen youth unemployment. Ganduje blames Kwankwasia for 2027 presidential campaign posters. Police raid. NLC suspects bugs, hires forensic experts. Traders seek IG-wise support to stop Lagos market demolition. Goods destroyed as midnight fire guts Anambra market. Let's move on to The Sun. Utami and Amosun clash over seized presidential jets. I don't plan to go against Tinubu in 2027, Ganduje. Nigeria's problem is self-centered leadership, Obasanjo. Abducted Anambra commissioner, wife regained freedom. Businessman excretes 88 wraps of cocaine as NDLEA intercepts drugs in noodles at MMIA. Federal government targets cryptocurrency regulation with new tax laws. How APC bigwigs celebrated Ganduje's first year anniversary. Let's move on now to the Daily Trust. No NAS approval for new presidential jets is a major headline on the Daily Trust this morning. Presidency announces Tinubu's trip to France days after Chinese firm leaked it. Mother, 5 children die after consuming local delicacy in Kano. NDLEA proposes mandatory drug tests for varsity admission. Gunmen invade Enugu College, abduct 5 students. Kidnap monarch. Sokoto residents seek divine intervention as deadline for 500 million naira ransom elapses. You have habit of shoddy business deals. A Muslim fires back at Pat Utomi. Contractor allegedly committed suicide after a Muslim terminated agreement. Pat Utomi. 2027 posters. I am not eyeing Tinubu's job. Ganduje. 8 million metering gap stifles liquidity in power sector. Federal government. Sultan Awujale urged Muslims to support the needy through zakat. Let's move now to the Vanguard. Harsh economy, drop in passenger traffic unsettles domestic airlines. How peeling corn for roadside roaster turns new job for men who lost their jobs. Sokoto monarch still in captivity 22 days after. Ex-chief registrar, Bonu Cooperative Society, wife, 2 others die in fire incident. Troops foil invasion of Kaduna community by terrorists, kill 2. Economic crunch. UK varsities record 65% drop in deposits by Nigerian students. Investors lose 847 billion naira as profit taking rattles stock market. Self-centered leadership, bane of Nigeria's development. It's fake news. Ganduje responds to 2027 presidential campaign posters. Underage voters allegedly participate in Bauchi local government elections. Let's focus on development, not tribe or zone. Akpata, Labour Party candidate. Soldiers, LASMA in standoff over unannounced road closure in Lagos. Presidential aircraft seizure. I'm ready to support Nigeria with relevant documents. Benga Daniel. Let's move now to the Guardian. Fuel queues linger as traders await Dangote and NPCL refineries. Account for NAS running costs. Serap tells Akpabio. Abbas. Utomi and Mosun trade words over contract violation amid calls for jet probe. Mpox. Tomari laments Nigeria's poor preparation for outbreak. Tinubu to jet out to France on Monday 19th, which is today. Utomi, I'm already in Ogun's black book before I became governor. Amosun. Nigeria's woes due to human error, not constitution. Lamido. Ganduje distances self from presidential aspiration poster. NNPCL refutes $6.8 billion debt, affirms regular remittance. Disquiet over proposed 300 million naira digital platform for rental properties. Police to secretly arraign Lenin, others today over hunger protest. Group rejects to sue president over Police Act amendment. Downpour destroys over 250 homes in Katsina as Kogi farmers pray against drought. Police nab suspected murderer, cultist in Ogun. 3 kingpins, 16 others back 302 years in jail for drug trafficking. And that's it on The Guardian. Time to get to your reactions right now. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can go onto those platforms right now to watch live and be a part of the conversation. To call, you can call 0700 951 0000 and 08095974869. The WhatsApp number is 08099300137. Please note that these headlines were only read as published according to the guidelines of these various media outlets and have got nothing to do with Nigeria Info. So when you call, when you get through, or send a message, ensure that you have all the facts, the details while you react to any headline that has your attention this morning. Let's see what the live stream is saying first. Going to the YouTube platform. For the federal government to tackle food insecurity, they need to give grants to farmers, access to seedlings, and provide security at their farmlands. Mahmoud Mohammed, the president should stop traveling. He should bring back fuel subsidy and solve insecurity for farmers to go back to their farm. That's all we need in Nigeria, please. Jago Molu Sam, listening from Bornu. Thank you very much for the compliment. Let's get to you now. Good morning.
Good morning, Ochodo.
Welcome.
Sorry for voice today is so bad. So sorry for that.
That's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Al Hassan Katame Dola. When there are Kalaka in the first state.
Please go ahead.
Take from the security matter. Let me tell you, inshallah, God is going to expose anybody that will take this country granted, because this country belongs to God. Nobody created this Nigeria is God, and everybody that thinks this country is his own, God is going to expose them. Let's take necessary action in the security issue. Bye bye for now. Great you.
All right. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Welcome. What's your name, please?
Yes, sir. My name is Abila.
Please go ahead.
This line has been tough to get. But thank God I've
Well, finally, you're here. Welcome. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Family of, I think, 5 or so died because of consuming local delicacies.
Mm.
And while our leaders are enjoying themselves with intercontinental dishes, that is not fair. Because if the policies you are imposing on people is not working, at least consider people. Our fingers are not equal. People are barely getting to eat a square meal, talk more of 3 square meal. So the government should do the needful. It's not healthy for our economy and it's not healthy for our people. May God help Nigeria.
Amen.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to contribute.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay.
Welcome.
Okay, my name is Omar.
Please go ahead, Umar.
I'm calling from Dubai at the moment. Taking
Yes.
NDLE, Nigerians should be subjected to drug tests before giving admission. I hope they should do the same thing to our leaders, from the number 1 to the last. Test themselves. We need to police the police. The NDLE guys, we know how they go about collecting money from drug dealers and what have you. So what are they not telling us? It's for them to test first before the test. Can you imagine? We see our leader today who literally do what is not. They see them, they look the other side. Scotty, don't, I beg.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Dikin Itodo.
Welcome.
The Agaba is the one and only.
Thank you. Good morning.
I agree Malan Haruna from Kuba, Abubakar from Gogolada, El Dajimi Odeni, Oludade Abiodu, I agree them all, and I agreed Reverend Samson Shekari from Aku Village. I want to talk about the insecurity.
What's your name, sir?
This is rainy season, and we are talking of harvest, time of harvest.
Before you go on, hold on. Can you hold on? Before you go on, I asked you what's your name.
My name is Salasi. I can hear from your voice.
Just
and I
go
say,
ahead.
take hot tea this morning, take Calcium so that your voice will be clear. I want to talk about the insecurity. Now we are approaching harvest season, and we are still battling with insecurity in Kaduna and other places. And we are begging the government to do something about this fuel scarcity. This is the sixth oil producing country in the world. But go to Abuja today and see a lot of queue. Since yesterday, since last week, since over how many months now? What is wrong with our refinery? They promised us that our refinery will start work by August. They have been promised over 6 times and they're failing. And I don't know what's wrong. Who do this to us? For us to have crude and be sovereign. I'm not happy about that, Diki Idodo.
All right. Let's go into our live feed right now and take some messages. Start off with the WhatsApp platform first. No NAS approval for new presidential jet is how Ishako in Lube begins his message. Why must there be approval? The system is not just working. The previous leadership of NAS said whatever the president wants is the best for the country. He was always approving, even when the people talk and shout. The present government promised to continue where the previous government stopped. Almost everything they want is gutting, no need for approval. And this is the reason why the executive always handpicks the leadership of NAS. Anyone still thinking our rulers love this country or imagine they are in place of authority and power to better our lives may be dreaming. They only came to get their own share, maybe, of the national cake, and give masses issues to argue about. Nigeria will surely overcome, is what Ishako in Lugbe says. Nigerian politicians are at it again. They will play politics with every situation. So sad. I want to salute our gallant men for their efforts in making Nigeria a secure society, is what Oludade Abiodun says. Elder Bosun says, presidential jet seizure. Why is every negative thing happening in the federal government and its states? Is the question he ends his message with. Some state governors are worse than flooding. They distribute share fertilizers and other farm implements off-season and destroy farms of ordinary people on account of land grabbing for themselves, is what OKJ is sharing. Ruben Omeza in Church Road, Suleja says the nation is still grappling with hunger and they have started the politicking, as is the case of Ganduje distancing himself from the state campaign posters against 2027. This gives credence to OBJ's position about self-centeredness of our leaders. They have no genuine interest of Nigerians at heart. What a pity, is how he ends his message. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Welcome.
Happy New Week.
Happy New Week. What's your name?
God bless you. God bless Nigeria. This is your lovely brother on North Central Federal. Malaruna.
Welcome, Alam. God bless you too.
I greet my elder brother, Samagolada, and the KD, and Alpha Lubi, and Joseph Peace. Sorry. Ganduje, from the 2007 presidential bid. Where is he afraid? He should come out now, contest against his friend now. Mr. Todo, I want to talk about insecurity. Nigerians are suffering. And this so-called FPC party and led by Amebala Tinubu refuse to secure this country. Every day people are dying with hunger and die with insecurity, die with the bad policy that is implemented for people. There's no good road, there's no good hospitals, there's no good schools in this country for more than 9 years now. You say this come to power. That's why we always tell Nigerians. Now when they say the jet has arrived and they buy new private car and the private jet for itself, and the people are dying with hunger, they can only pay 100,000 for the workers.
All right.
Anybody who is paying for the APC resources time because the APC is already over this country. What do you want from them? Thank you.
All right, let's go on to the live feed right now on Facebook. On YouTube first. Hello, Moses watching from Durham. Good morning and thank you for joining in. Jesse Audio as well. Good morning, Wanchuku Kennedy. Wanchuku Kennedy says Nigerians have been wallowed by hunger and poverty, whereas the president and his cohorts are said to be flying around the nooks and crannies of the world. Who did this to us? May God help us. Alu Mayor Ojodu, thank you for joining in, as well as Anthony Menogu. Moazu John Lasisi says it's raining Monday morning here in Buari. Thank God for the good weather. Long queues at petrol stations, biting hard on Nigerians. They're not finding it easy, as our leaders are said to be self-centered, unconcerned with the plight of the people. Dr. Mrs. Omar Leber says Obasanjo can say that again. Selfish leaders are holding Nigeria down and are just playing on our intelligence. We cannot keep quiet and watch our democracy go down the drain. If we don't speak out against evil in this country, it continues. Politics is about joyfully rendering quality service to the people. But leaders we have today, some are said to have selfish interests. We need patriotic, focused, creative, charismatic, and God-fearing leaders with milk or with mind or milk of human kindness and not dealers, is how she ends that message. Also, Francis Ndamani says government at all levels should collaborate and explore every possible measure towards tackling the spate of insecurity and criminality in the country. A stitching time saves 9. May God help us, is how he ends that message. Chukudi Osu, watching live from the Southeast. Where exactly is that? Thank you for joining in, as well as Undukwe Kalu, watching from Aba in Abia State. God no go shame Nigerians is what Solomon Benjamin starts his message with. For some of our leaders who are not interested in sustaining the country, God is watching. It's now 6:54. At 7 o'clock, we'll break for the news. Come back right after that to take more of your reactions. You can do that by sending a message. React to any headline that has your attention this morning. 08099930137. In case you missed out on the first few minutes, you can go onto our YouTube and Facebook page to catch up at Nigeria Info Abuja.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
This is Nigeria Info.